Welcome to another video from Gweilo 60. Today we're again sitting in Nanaimo. I'm so freaking bored out of my gourd. Canada is a boring country. And because I'm in BC, I'm drinking BC wine. They got some pretty good wine here, way better than Chinese wine, let me tell you. Well, I've noticed since I've been back in Canada, I've made a couple of videos, but nothing that's really, how do I put this? I started making videos of China for my family and my friends, and it just sort of took off from there. And making videos about Canada is just about as boring as Canada is. I even went down today and I did a video about Discontent City. A bunch of homeless people set up a tent city in downtown Nanaimo, right on the waterfront, and they're trying to bring the plight of homeless people, substance abuse, alcohol abuse, all of this to the limelight. Plus, they're homeless; they got to have a place to live. Went down there, did a video about that. Boring. So everything that I've been doing here in Canada is boring. So I'm thinking about not doing any more Canadian content. Because as I say, it's boring. From brandy to wine. Yeah. Boring. Anyway. So... Oh, but I do have a little bit of Chinese content here. I'm watching the news, and the Chinese government is saying, well, we're going to make it so you can have as many babies as you want now. No one-child policy, no two-child policy. Now you got as many child policy as you want. It's not going to work. Why isn't it going to work? Well, in rural China, it's always been like that. The one-child policy, and I know a lot of farm people, and they have as many kids as they want. Why? Because there's nobody there to police it. They're farmers. Nobody cares. In the city, okay, I have a friend named Ling. She had a government job. She had a baby, and then she had another one. Ooh, she lost her job. They fired her ass. Yes, they did. Why? Well, because she was working for the government, and she went against what the government wishes were, and that's before they had the two-child policy. Okay, but then they brought in the two-child policy, and she never got a job back. But not retroactive, I guess. Anyway, now that there's a two-child policy, and a lot of people are saying, no, I don't want two children. Why not? Well, it gets expensive. I got to raise another child. I've got to put another child through school. I've got a university, and oh, if it's a boy, God forbid, now he's got to own a house before he gets married. No, I don't want two children. Now the government said, well, you can have as many as you want. Well, it's not going to change rural China at all because they're already having as many children as they want. Urban China, people can't afford to have 3 or 4 kids. Well, unless you're really rich. And then so they should have said, as many children as you want, you rich people in China, because they're the only ones that can afford to have more than a couple of kids, because it's expensive raising children and putting them through university. And if it's a guy, you got to buy a house, or he's got to have a home before he gets married and stuff. So there's all of these things that are keeping people in China from having those extra kids. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? Well, see, in the long run, it's probably bad for China because they've got lots of old people, not a lot of young people. The workforce is starting to decline now. It's going to be hard on the country, but the idea that the Chinese government says, oh, now you can have lots of kids, it's not going to make any difference. They'll have to bring in policies like the Western world. Here we go. Child family tax credit. So every month, if you have another kid, you can get more money. Ooh, if the Chinese government did that, there'd be babies everywhere. Free school. If you have like 6 kids and you get a family allowance check for each one of those kids. Maybe you don't have to work, or it's a subsidized income for somebody in China. And I know they do that here. They use a lot of children. I know one girl in Prince Albert, she's got 22 kids. Now her older kids are on welfare, having kids, and their kids are getting family allowance. So she's got her kids getting family allowance, her kids' kids getting family allowance, her kids' kids getting, or her kids getting welfare, her getting welfare. Holy smokes, now it just, but those aren't the type of people you want in your society, because what have they been taught? I don't have to work. How come I'm starting to rant about this? Okay, anyway, so the as many child policy as you want in China is just not going to work, because it hasn't worked here, it hasn't worked in the States, it hasn't worked anywhere. So why would it work in China? China's different, but it's not that different. Anyway, back to no more Canadian content. And if there's no more Canadian content, chances are my videos are going to be few and far between for the next couple of months until we go back to China. I do have obligations in Canada that I have to take care of. One is my sister-in-law's immigration hearing. That's on July the 16th at 9 o'clock in the morning. I wish I could tape it, but I can't. So I'm going to be the representative at that hearing, and hopefully we'll be successful. After that, who knows? I would like to be back in China after the hearing. Wei Fong, not so much. So we'll sit here and talk about it as we did at the all-you-can-eat Korean barbecue, all-you-can-eat and all-you-can-drink Korean barbecue in Nanning, saying, oh, we're thinking about going to Canada. Well, I'm already wanting to go back to China. I am so tired of Canada already. Oh, sure, it's beautiful, and it's clean, and the wine is great, but I am bored out of my gourd. My God. You know, Wei Fong got so bored that a week after we got here, she went and got a job because she was bored. What kind of life is that when in China we just bounce around? I miss drinking beers with Ronnie and Bob's bar in Nanning. I miss going to the Queen's Head pub, barbecue duck, all you can eat Brazilian barbecues, to $4 bottles of Yap brandy, to you name it, from this the hustle and bustle of the Chinese city. Yes, I miss it. So anyway, that's a short video telling you exactly what's going through my mind. If you like it, subscribe, push that share button. Thanks for watching. Bye now.